Hi, I'm Mirella.
Hi, I'm Zoe.
Welcome to the Critical Obsession podcast. Today we're going to react to Cherry Magic for our potential obsession series.
We just had a bit of a discussion about whether or not there was a pilot trailer. I feel like I should confess I have not watched the pilot trailer. I did not know it existed.
I think that's okay because the official trailer should represent the series
Well,
in its
it's usually
entirety.
what we're gonna get, isn't it? More so than the pilot trailers are usually more like an idea.
Yeah, like a taste.
Yeah, because they usually change like quite a bit between that and then what we actually end up with. So, all right, should we go and watch the trailer?
Let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
Hello.
So, hello. What did you think?
It was so freaking cute. It made me feel so positive and I was smiling through the whole thing. Yeah, I want to watch it.
It's funny, I have mixed feelings about it because I love the Japanese version. Um, it has the vibe like the Japanese version. I don't know how to explain it. And
Not
I
really
feel
like a Japanese, but not really like a Thai series as per usual. So it's something different from what GMM has done before for
yeah.
me.
But what I was gonna say was the Japanese one has like this vibe which I felt was kind of missing from this, but I can't put it into words what I mean by that, so I'm not sure. I'll have to it'll come to me when I mean I'll definitely watch it. I feel like it's something I'll enjoy watching, and also finally Sing and Jan in a drama together. After off been
By,
shipping them together for
yeah,
years,
yeah.
and finally they're in a
by,
drama together.
by Japanese vibe, do you mean the way it looks or the
No, no, no.
way the
I don't mean
characters
a
behave?
Japanese. I don't mean a Japanese vibe. I just mean the Japanese one has this vibe. Like I don't know what I mean by that. It just has it gives me a feeling, whereas I didn't experience that watching the trailer with this one. But that's I can't explain what the feeling or the vibe is, so it's hard to sort of pick out what it is that's missing. I did think it was cute. Like I did think it looked cute.
Hmm.
Um, I always I always think it's really funny when Tay and Nu do a drama because they always put like Tay in kind of the like boss kind of like older sort of role and Nu in the much softer role, yet like in reality their personalities in real life are the complete opposite. Like I feel like Nu is the more sort of like authoritarian, like strict kind of like bossy, whereas Tay's like the big baby. So I always find it like really interesting to watch them play these different roles. So um but yeah, I feel it's interesting too because I know there was like all this like hold up with it initially because they like the Japanese dramas, like the writers and that are really kind of quite strict, I think, with like how things are reproduced and what changes can be made and stuff like that. So this looks quite different, like storyline wise, from the original, which I wasn't expecting.
Well, for it to make sense, they had to adapt it to the Thai reality.
Yeah.
I feel like, and people behave differently from one country to another, and plus, like the cultural differences, they had to change stuff for it to make sense.
Oh no, I get that, but I just mean usually they're pretty strict and they don't
Mhm.
allow it. So I'm wondering if that was why, like last year when they did the reveal that they were going to do this, there was like no pilot trailer at that time because they hadn't had a chance to record anything because they were still in that like negotiation stage. So I
Mhm.
wonder if it was because there was a lot of negotiation that happened because yeah, I was quite surprised. It seems to be like there's a lot of changes. That being said, been a few years since I watched the Japanese version as well. So
I
um
I have watched it several months ago when it was in my mind since I found out that they are going to play it
mm,
here as well. I mean, there in Thailand. So I wanted to it reminded me of the Japanese version, and I watched it. The thought that I was having while I was watching was that the character, I don't know his name, the one that Tay plays, like the characters suits him so well. Like I was watching the Japanese actor play it, and I just could see Tay doing it so perfectly. Like I'm not really a fan of remakes, but I feel like especially for Tay, like this had to happen. Like in this lifetime, you had to play this role.
I think it'll be interesting. I think it's like any of those things when you said you're not necessarily a fan of remakes. I feel like the danger that can happen, and that might have been what's happened with me watching this trailer, is that I've gone in with the other one in my mind, and you have to sort of, I think, view it as a completely separate entity, like not, because if you don't, then you're always going to compare the two, especially if the first thing is really really good, you know what I mean, like you can't help but compare it. But if you try and just see it as something new instead of a remake or whatever, which is, it is, I feel like you'll get more from it.
That's why changes are good,
Mm.
are a good thing. But do you know any other project that was remade like this? A Japanese project?
A Japanese one. I'm trying to think. I know that they have done some because I said I remember reading like a big thing about how strict they were, but I can't think who did it. I whether it was in a, and I'm not specifically thinking BLs. Maybe it was like just a drama that I'm thinking of, and they turned it into like a K drama. Maybe I'm
I mean, I
thinking.
know several dramas that, like the one where like Boys Over Flowers, like the one that was remade, but
Yeah,
I
things
don't
like
know.
that. Well, there's a K drama that I love called well, actually it's got about three different varying names depending on who's talking about it, but it's called You Are Beautiful, where she pretends to be her twin brother and like dresses as a boy and joins a band. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That
With the
was
pig rabbit.
yeah. I know it.
Yeah. So that originally was a Japanese one. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I I do think this looks really cute. I'm curious to see like what characters Jan and Sing are meant to play, for example, and just like
They don't exist in the original, right?
no,
Because I don't remember.
I don't remember them specifically, but I know there is like one that's kind of his friend. So whether or not Sing's character is meant to be playing that person,
Oh
um,
yeah, the girl. Yeah, I remember.
mm, so I'm
Yes,
not.
the one that's the main character befriends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really sure. And of course, I think in the Japanese, I don't like people think that they like each other. I can't really remember. I'm curious to watch it as well because realistically, besides like things like I'm Team Me Too, and a couple of other like random things that they were in together, they haven't really had a drama except for Dark Blue Kiss, which is like not a lot of people's favorite. Um, and it's funny because they were quite a popular ship, but as far as I know, the show itself wasn't that popular. I didn't like hate it or anything. I've watched it a couple of times. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't my favorite either. Um, but it'll be fun and interesting to see them do something different and see how this goes.
I mean, as actors, I have seen them around a lot, but I think I tried watching the drama like 2 years ago, but it was not my cup of tea, so I dropped
Mm-mm.
it. But this one looks like something that I would enjoy.
Yeah. I think that's what I mean. I feel like whenever I talk to anybody about Tainu, that seems to be like, oh, I like them, but I didn't like Dark Blue Kiss. And it's like, well, hang on, how do you like them? They haven't really done anything else together. Most of their stuff together is like them basically, like in
Mm-hmm.
hang out with Off Gun or like School Rangers or all the different like promo type stuff that they
Work.
do. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so um and obviously as you said, they've definitely both been in stuff by themselves. I really liked Tay in Three Gentle Bros. It was Tay was in Three Gentle Bros, wasn't he?
Yes.
With Gun. Yeah, I really liked him in that. Um
New
and
in
Nu
what
Nu
effect?
was in that one where he went like forward in time or something.
The Warp Effect, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I still haven't finished that, but what I watched of that, I really enjoyed. So,
It was a
mm.
good one.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay, I should watch it. I should finish watching it sometime. I don't really know
No,
why. So
I'm gonna be honest, I did skip some parts. Especially some parts were kind of triggering for me.
yeah,
So it was hard to watch. So I know what happened in the series, but I did skip some stuff.
I kind of always assume if we haven't watched it together that that's what's happened.
Yeah. You
But
can
yeah,
count the shows that I don't skip on one hand
yeah,
that I never skip. So yeah.
yeah. I should watch it. I mean, as I said, I was enjoying it. So, but yeah, so it'd be good to see them. I get think together in something. Also, it's directed by the director who did Theory of Love and some other good ones as well. So that should be fun.
Vice versa.
Yeah, see that one I didn't like. Watch me get like into trouble for that. I may have mentioned in the past that I didn't.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's not that I didn't like it. I just got bored and I didn't finish it. So, and sometimes for me, it's like not about the drama. Sometimes it's about my state of mind at the time while I'm trying to watch the drama. So I may go back and try again sometime, but if I'm being honest, I probably won't. I'll just wait. Like, I'm enjoying Last Twilight with Jimmy and C, and I'll probably be really interested to see what they do next, but I can't really see me going back unless there's like absolutely nothing to watch. And I'm like, what can I watch that I haven't already seen? Then I might stumble through it again. I just felt like it was overly complicated for no reason. And I don't know. I think I had preconceived notions about what that one was going to be like. So I'm going to try. I did that with this trailer as well. I think I'm going to try not to do that when I watch the drama. I'm just going to just watch it just for the fun that I think it's going to be.
Watch and enjoy the acting because they're really cute there. Well, I'm curious to see because I remember I did not really like the vibe of Dark Blue Kiss. It's not something that I enjoy.
Mm.
Like they were kind of aggressive with each other, and I mean, I'm saying this after I watched Dangerous Summons, but it's different
Yeah, well,
because
Dark Blue Kiss was I feel like because it started with them being the secondary couple in a like a straight drama,
Mhm.
and then they got their own spin-off thing and they were already together but like no one knew about it. Like it was already kind of bad, like in that respect, in terms of like a negative relationship, because
Mhm.
like it's just that can never really be maintained. And so like it already had sort of like a black mark against it, if that makes any sense. And I feel like because they were the secondary couple, GMM, which is the funniest thing to me ever, that GMM actually did. They were the ones that did it. Cropped the bits from the straight show, like their parts together, so that you can watch that before you watch Dark with Kiss. Because if you don't watch that, it doesn't really make sense. But even if you
Mhm.
do watch that, it doesn't overly make sense either, because there are huge chunks of the story missing because you're only
Uh-huh.
seeing like their bits, and even their bits aren't complete, I don't think. So
Well,
and I don't think you can watch the other show because I don't think it's online. Like the original first straight show that has them as the secondary characters, I don't think you can actually even watch that in full.
really?
Yeah, I went looking for it and I couldn't find it, because the first time I watched it, I remember watching the first like 3 episodes or whatever, which are all the clips that have been edited together, and I felt like there was such a hole in the story. I was like, hang on, wait, how did they get from here to here? So I went hunting like for the show to try and like watch the whole show to get the big picture. And I couldn't find it anywhere. So I just was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just watch the next bit. Maybe it'll make more sense. And I feel like maybe there was just too much missing. Not that I'm saying like that it was even in the main show to begin with, because maybe it wasn't, but it felt like they jumped too far without like explaining some things away. Or but then I mean, I suppose maybe they would have had trouble creating drama if they had done that. I don't know. So it
Maybe
was
it
a
would
little
have
bit
been
of
a
a
better,
mess.
yeah, maybe it would have been a better idea to give them a new series instead of
Yeah,
make a
like they were
continuation of the
yeah,
story.
like obviously that they got attention from being the
Hmm.
secondary couple, then yeah, just give them their own drama and see how it goes. But instead they did this continuation thing, and I don't know that it necessarily worked for people. Um, but yeah,
Well,
this is so different. What I will say is I'm way more excited about this than I am about the other Japanese remake that's coming. Um, the one that I believe has got Fourth and Gemini in it. The one about, oh my god, I should know the name of this. I speak Japanese a little bit. Um, I
something
can't,
with the
with the
eraser.
eraser. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't remember what it's called, but basically, yeah, it's where the mistake with the eraser happens. And the only reason why I'm really not kind of looking forward necessarily to this one is I feel like Fourth is. I just don't feel like they've cast it right, and that's nothing against him. It's just, like with the pilot trailer, I felt like he hadn't envisioned the character properly. So like he's too bold and everything. I think, whereas the part of the joy and like the fun of that story is how awkward the characters are, and
Hmm.
like that's what kind of makes it so interesting. Um, and yeah, I'll be curious to watch the trailer and everything for that though, because I hope I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like I like to be
Yeah.
proven wrong. So
I mean, it's fun to have more things to enjoy, right?
yeah, I mean,
So,
I really, as I said, I really, once again, that's another Japanese one that I really enjoy. So, and I feel like the the Thai version, they potentially, with the Japanese versions, they take things so far and then it's cute and then they stop. Like with these kind of dramas, it's not always the way. If any of our listeners have like watched like My Personal Weatherman or a couple others, they're not always, or they're not always all cute and light and sweet. Um, but they do tend to end sort of sometimes a little bit in the, like, you know, just before you feel like there should have been like 5 minutes more or something. I don't know.
hmm,
And so maybe with the Thai remakes, we'll get the like extra part of the story. So
closure.
it does look like it's gonna happen with this one with Tay and Nu and that. So um, that'll be interesting to watch for that. So
Yeah, this is the fun part about these projects because they bring more of the original story to light.
mm,
So, but also in their own way, they're going to portray everything in their
mm.
through the prism of their culture.
It was really funny though, because when the trailer started and like, news characters, I assume Mother was saying to him, don't forget to do this for your birthday or whatever. And then
The marriage.
the very next line was Japanese, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, why is there
It's like
Japanese in this? I was so thrown by it.
it's like they're like giving the torch to the Thai.
Yeah, it was cute.
So
It
you
was
continue with
cute.
the story.
It was cute, but it just like threw me for a loop. I was like, wait, what? So I was like, I wasn't expecting it. And then I was
It's
like,
like,
ah. It's interesting too because I can't remember how in the Japanese one. I think in the Japanese one, it's just like a known thing, isn't it? It's um like an old
yeah,
wives'
everyone
tale or
knows.
whatever.
Yeah, but also exactly that you're going to start to read minds. Here, they did not specify that they just said you're going to have a special superpower.
Yeah, but in the Japanese one, isn't it something he just already knows? Like he just know, like it's like something that's known to him because, like it's like
Yeah,
a
it's like a legend.
yeah, like a legend. Whereas I like how in the Taiwan he's like googling it because he's just like, what the fuck's going on? Because that would be really surreal. Like if it's not something that's from your background, like if there's no legend that you know of or whatever, and you're on you're on the train or something, and suddenly you can hear what everyone around you is thinking. Your first thought would be like, I've lost my mind. I'm like losing my marbles.
Hearing
So
voices. Yeah.
yeah, so I love how he's like googling like what the fuck. I thought that was really funny, that bit. Yeah, I did like that bit. And it's
Yep,
different. Once again, that's a different take on it because obviously, that they don't share that same custom or that same legend or whatever.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I guess it comes up like in 1 week or 2 weeks.
It's starting soon. Like they're all just happening. Like it's like bang, bang, bang. Yeah, the 9th of December, I think it says.
All
Yeah.
right, we watch that. This is going to be a fun weekend. Like Last Twilight on Fridays. This one I suppose is going to come out on Saturdays, and then on Sunday we're having Cooking Crush.
Oh wow.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
So we have like the slightly more serious like Last Twilight. Then we have funny, funny.
Funny and even funnier,
Yeah,
probably.
I think so. But yeah, it would be interesting to see. I mean, I feel like this one probably isn't going to have too much drama. Funnily enough, the Cooking Crush, which is like full on comedy, I feel like it's actually probably going to have more drama. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll probably be like sweet drama, comedy, comedy with drama. It'll be like Friday and Saturday had a baby. But yeah, it'll be like Last Twilight and Cherry Magic had a baby and it's Cooking Crush.
A weird baby.
would,
Would
would you say a weird baby?
yeah. It's been a long time since I watched like a comedy like Cooking Crush.
Yeah, same. It's probably not normally my cup of tea. In actual fact, I feel like if we're totally deviating from the topic here, but oh well. It
Oh well.
happens. If you've been listening to us for a while, then you're used to this. I feel
It is
like
what it is.
yeah, I feel like if it wasn't off gun, I may have like stopped watching it. But I also may have been like, this is something I've not seen before because they're doing like different things that I haven't seen them do before. So I might be curious to see how that all pans out. So it's hard to know, but I'm definitely enjoying it so far. So we'll have to wait and see how it all goes. And yeah, I do think the weekends are about to get interesting.
I think I would have continued watching it because the al dente joke, I'm still laughing. I was laughing in the morning and I was like, al dente. Looking around the house and thinking of al dente. So I'm enjoying
Yeah, there was something that was making me laugh too, but I cannot remember what it was now.
it.
In amongst my moments of like absolute like anger about the way GMM has
Yep.
handled it, there were a couple of moments where I just started laughing. But yeah, I cannot remember what it was about. I'll try and remember and like do a tweet or a Tumblr post or something.
I guess this is it.
Yeah.
See you next time.